this in my like one of my favourite prayer gown outfits from Modanisa. It's honestly so comfy, and I thought that I would try and build the last piece of furniture. This is the Luna table, and I say I got this from Wayfair. All the pieces that I have been talking about I'll link down below. So yeah guys, this is our third time that we're living in an apartment. First experience wasn't the greatest with our neighbours. That was when we were down south. We ended up living in like a nice area, but it was like such a snobby area, as in like the people, just like typical Gore, who, when I say typical, I mean like middle class Gore who are not the nice type. Obviously you can get some amazing, lovely, educated, kind, sweet middle class Gore. Like I literally was best friends with a few of them myself over the years. But these guys were like the types who just thought like, what are these, basically what are these P words doing here? That's how, you could just tell that's how they felt. And especially like we were so young then, and we didn't even like make much noise at all, but we got a noise complaint. Bear in mind, we never played music, ever. We never listened to TV too loudly, but the noise complaint was because we were walking around in the evenings. And also it was Ramadan as well, so I was like getting up. But imagine like you feel like you can't get up in your own house, your own place that you're paying rent for and paying the bills for, because the neighbours downstairs can hear noise, and it's like sensitive to their little ears. Like, oh, it's just such an unfortunate experience. And it was one of those where it's like, it did make me feel really hesitant about staying in an apartment again. But there's so many advantages, like I was just saying, about staying in an apartment. Like it's much more easy to manage. It's just like really cozy, homely vibe as well. And like right now there's literally just the two of us, so why are we like trying to rent out a whole house when we don't need one? And then our second apartment was obviously here at Dundee. We had annoying neighbours upstairs. So basically that was a gated community. It was set up was that from your living room window you could see the car park, and they're just proper busybodies. Every time I'd come home from work or wherever, like shopping or wherever, I would literally see the neighbour upstairs like come to his balcony and like stick his head out of the window to watch me park in case I touched his precious little Ford or whatever he had. And it was just like aggravating. Why do you not think I can drive? I can drive. I'm not the best parker in the world, but you doing that is just gonna annoy me. It's just irritating. It's like, who wants to be like watched over like that? It's just weird behaviour. They weren't too bad, like they were manageable. But then we had like a building like this, and then there was a building like this, and there was a lady in the building on the right hand side who was just like a proper Karen to the T. Now the woman underneath, like, so on the first floor, we were on the ground floor, so we were on the first floor flat in this place. She was so sweet, honestly. Like, she was so friendly, so lovely. I still think about her a lot. And I hope that she's okay. I know she's moved from there actually, because we bumped into her once. She hated this Karen type neighbour on the other side. I believe her, honestly. She basically thought that she was out to get her cat, who was called Fluffy. She warned us about this person. I remember it was like Harsha's first birthday, we were away in that big farmhouse place, and then she was calling me and like giving me updates about this Karen woman. And yeah, but honestly, just she was really sweet. I think we were so traumatized from, well, especially me, I was so traumatized from the neighbours below and getting a noise complaint that, yeah, I was just like, I don't know if like flat living is ever for us, apartment living is ever for us. Anyway, never got any noise complaints there, alhamdulillah, because we're not noisy people, we're not bad neighbours, you know what I mean? This bit goes like that, you push that bit into there, and then you tighten these. Not so confusing. Grandma has this like saying, my nanny, and she's like, you can do. There's like a long story behind it, but it just reminds me every time I'm like, yes, you can do this. I think my nanny's like words coming to my head. But yeah, overall, I did really like that place, and have filmed the first video for our very exciting project and our new series that we're going to be starting. But until the project starts, which right now is looking like it's going to be starting next year now, guys, which is sad, but it is what it is. We're not going to be obviously posting that. In that video, I kind of explained like why we even moved out of that flat in the first place and into the original family house, because honestly, that was never on the cards for me. I never thought it was going to be the case. I was quite happy in our little 2-bedroom flat there. Obviously, I loved living in the house afterwards. Who doesn't want to upsize? It's amazing. And again, like a big Victorian house, lovely. But then I always had that thing in my head of like, we're going to be selling this soon. We knew that going into it. So because of that, it was almost like whatever you did, how much point was there? Because when I say selling it soon, I didn't know if we were selling it in 6 months or a year or whatever. Whereas at least with this place, I know we're going to be here for 1.5 years minimum, possibly 2 years, depending on the project. They've given me these stickers again and they don't match. Like, that's not it's a bit annoying, but basically because of the first experience, I just didn't want that headache. I wasn't really that keen on looking for apartments, but we did need to find a place to move out to ASAP. So we looked at a couple of houses, and then we looked at 2 or 3 flats slash apartments. Like some of them were like, you know, there's like where it's like a house and then half of it's been converted into one flat and the other half in like the upstairs into another flat. So we had a couple of those, and this honestly, it was my favourite from all of them. And I can't tell you like how grateful I am that we've got this place, because although I was feeling again pretty anxious and worried about the neighbours downstairs and annoying them or whatever, we actually managed to bump into one of the neighbour downstairs. We were down there recycling stuff like a couple of days ago, and then this guy comes out with like 3 bins and he's like, oh, new neighbours. And he's got like a really like posh down south accent, posher than me anyway. He said the couple before you guys, they had a baby and we only had the baby once, and that was when they were bringing the baby like once, like just so like going for a walk, and they could hear him from the outside windows. So it's amazing. Like I don't know like how this is all happening, but essentially what I am gathering is that the walls are very, very thick, and I didn't expect that at all. Honestly, because of that, I'm feeling so much more at ease. It's insane like how as well like one bad experience can properly make you feel a type of way and make you feel anxious and worried, even though you didn't really do anything wrong in the first place. When we were going through the move, and like I said on my Instagram, like we were packing up this massive house and also trying to find somewhere to live, and like on a short time scale, the person who bought the house was being very like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, leave. And it was so stressful, honestly. I think I was like trying to be like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, and then it wasn't fine. But alhamdulillah, like the ease that has come after that has just been amazing, honestly. And it was so cute yesterday, like our niece was like Jaji, do you get up in the morning and brush your teeth and then just come and stand at the balcony and look at the sea? So cute. My heart was melting, man. It was so cute. And like the way she thought about that too. So nice having them over, and we can't wait to like have our friends over as well and stuff. But again, because we're going to be like in and out of Scotland for the next couple of weeks, I mean, it took me 15 minutes, as in this was such a bargain, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, I've spent like a decent amount of money on getting all these bits and bobs sort of sorted, and doing it in a month rather than over like a couple of months. But I don't regret it, because I always try and get a good deal anyway. But also, it's nice to just come and get things done. That's one of the things one of the lessons I learned with the old house was that there were so many things I like had been saving to get done, and like, oh, one day we'll get around to it. And I was like, no, we're not doing that here. Like, it's a smaller space. It is cozy, cute little apartment, inshallah, our final apartment. And I want it to be sorted, you know? Like, I want to enjoy it sooner rather than later. Oh my gosh, it feels dirty. It feels dirty. I hope it's all straight. Oh, how cute, and it matches this room so perfectly. Right, okay, I'm gonna put it in the corner and arrange the chairs and stuff, and then I'll show you guys the finished little corner nook. Hey everyone, I have absolutely zero idea when the last time was that I picked this camera up, but I thought I would just film a couple more bits for the moving vlogs. Also don't know when I'm even going to get around to editing these, hopefully soon. But I basically had a lot of work photography wise on in July, then we moved end of July. I got so behind on that work. I still am behind on that work, to be honest. So I feel bad every time I pick the camera up, but then I'm also missing out so much as well. So it's just trying to balance everything right now. So I thought I'd do a little bit of filming. Iqra is currently away. He's in America, lucky thing. This week I've just been busy socializing. It's really weird for me to like have such an active social life. I am definitely more introverted, and I honestly can be a homebody. And I could stay at home the whole week, but I haven't been. But then also I've also had to like balance work and everything at the same time, but there's been a lot going on. So my lovely friend Iqra brought me over the most beautiful pink roses ever. I am in love with them. They are completely brightening up our living room. And my rug arrived. The main room that I wanted to get finished first was our living room / my office, because it's the room I spend the most time in. It's my favourite room in this beautiful apartment, honestly, because the view is stunning. We have like a water view outside. So peaceful sitting here. It's just, alhamdulillah, it's amazing. And we've got loads of natural light in this room too. So as you guys know, we had this sofa, got all my like sofa cushions out and stuff, which has been great. And then I did get a new coffee table. It is on the smaller side, I'm not gonna lie, like, because, you know, we've been eating on it and stuff, it's been slightly on the smaller side, but it's fine, it's totally workable. I recently got this cute little dish here. This was from Asda Home for £6, and I was gonna have it on the shoe cabinet, but then I thought it'd be quite cute to have sweets in here, so I've got some sherbets, which are not very nice, but yeah, for now just some sherbets on the coffee table. I then was looking for weeks and weeks and weeks for the right rug without like it costing an arm and a leg, and I've settled for this one from the brand Cocoon Rugs, and I'm really happy with the quality of it, guys. It's so nice. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a sort of like a woven material. It's actually reversible, so you can go for the dark colour or you can go for the light, which I think the light is just so much better because it obviously makes the space look bigger. Plan is to have this rug like sitting neatly underneath the sofa, and then obviously the coffee table on top. So it's quite a large size rug, and it's very, very reasonably priced. This is how this corner is looking. It's looking pretty cute over here. I've got this little side table here, and these two chairs. The plant that my brother-in-law and sister-in-law brought over. And I recently then went to TK Maxx and I found the most perfect cute little plant pot to go with it. I was gonna put it in this one. This one was way too small. So yeah, how cute is that? That's a lovely little plant pot there. My hanging plant is thriving here. It's loving being here, and like you can see, I don't know if you can tell, there's like a little leaf that is gonna come through here. Our dream catcher from Bali. My desk is looking a little bit messy, but I am loving the functionality of this part here. We've got my notebook. I've just had a client call for a nikah that I'm shooting next weekend, inshallah. This room is pretty much complete. Like once the rug is in place, it will be complete, which I'm very, very excited about. I have done a couple of Amazon orders and arrived this week, so I thought I would build them on here because I was saying to my friends when they came over, I was like, generally the apartment's looking good. However, I do have a cupboard of doom and a bedroom of doom. Our main master bedroom at the moment is the bedroom of doom, and essentially it's got so much laundry from our trip that we went on in Turkey, and then from when I went down south. Got washing that's drying from there, and just like there's a couple of boxes that need unpacked. However, there's no point in me unpacking them when a lot of that stuff's going to go inside a storage bed, inshallah. So we did order a bed, and we ordered it for the week that requires me back, which is inshallah next week. And then we still need to get a mattress, but we're going to get a king size bed. We are so excited to have a king size bed because neither of us are particularly small people. It's going to be nice to have more space, and also it's an Ottoman storage bed, which is amazing. So we're going to be utilising that space inshallah really well. I'm not going to unpack until that's here, because then I can organise those things properly, unpack them, put them inside the bed, inshallah. And then yeah, I think I showed you guys when we were building it, the shoe cabinet, which is unfortunately for a car, it's basically my shoe cabinet. So this is what it's looking like. I think it's looking so cute here. It's like nice and compact, like it's not, it literally fits perfectly in there, like it doesn't just out or anything. It does have a mirror thing at the bottom so you can see your shoes. Do you guys like my super dry sliders? And then obviously, like I said, unfortunately for a car, it kind of is the perfect size for my shoes and my shoes only. So yeah, I have these really beautiful candle holders and candlesticks from Primark. This was £3 each, and then you got a set of 2 candlesticks for £1.50, which was so good. Obviously a multitude of drafts because it's my apartment and there's going to be a lot of drafts there. And then just at the front here, like I said, I wanted to stick to like having only 1 or 2 coats and jackets hung up at a time, and I've put this little stool here for when we put our shoes on. I brought these very cute fluffy slippers from Primark for when it gets warm, colder even, although alhamdulillah we're having the lovely Scottish summer, which is, it starts in September but it's so nice. And then I just thought I'd just put these things up here for now, so like an umbrella if we need it, if it's raining. Just this cute little sign. This was our walk-in song for our Valima. It was like the remix version, and yeah, every time I look at it, it just reminds me of that. It's so nice. This is a little chalkboard for a message. I'm gonna try and put the dua for entering and leaving the house on there, inshallah. I love this. This is such a nice plant, just a little bit of greenery in the space. Obviously there's no natural light at all. And then a little mirror. It is a bit low, so just kind of like bend down a little bit, like, oh, face check quickly before I leave the house. But yeah, it's good to hang up keys and stuff in there. That's the entrance. I do want to get a little rug here, like a little runner rug, I think, as you come in would be nice, or even for this bit, but for now, pretty happy with how it's looking. So yeah, moving on to the cupboard of doom. Now, when I open this, there's going to be stuff that's just going to pour out, so just give me a second. Ah! Okay. Bismillah. Right, so this is our cupboard of doom. I can't get over the fact that like people have lived here for years and years and years and no one's installed shelves. Like, it's actually baffling to me. What a big fat waste of space if you don't have organisation. And I spoke to the landlord, who, she's a lovely lady, and she was like, well, you know, in principle I don't have a problem with you installing shelves, but like, you know, I'd like to like come over and discuss the shelves. And I was like, clearly we're not going to be able to install any shelves anytime soon until she comes over. I think she's coming over next week actually, but we definitely need a place for like Iqra's shoes because they're currently in one of the bedrooms just all lined up. Obviously he does need proper storage as well, just like I have got, of course. So I just, like I said, I did like a little Amazon order. There's nothing fancy at all, but I thought I'd get a shelf system. Even if like we don't put up shelves anytime soon, having a sort of shelving system is going to be good. I basically went on Amazon and like I said, I've got like this very affordable, not very swanky looking, not very, you know, pretty much very functional shoe shelf thing. It's got 10 shelves in it, but you can split it, so you don't have to have it as like one tall unit. You can have it as 2 sets of 5, which I think will be better because then I can put his like 10 most used pairs of shoes in that cupboard, and then the 10 sort of shoes which are like more like occasional shoes and fancy shoes he can have inside one of the wardrobes. I'm gonna attempt to build this. So he has been really good at building things and getting everything sorted, but obviously he's away at the moment and I thought it'd be nice for him to come back to stuff being done. And I have a little bit of time, but obviously I do have editing and stuff to be getting on with. I don't think it'll be hard because it's like it's literally like a sort of plasticky, messy situation. There's not tools required, which we love to see. So this is a song mix shoe storage thing. So I'm gonna build this. I'll show you what else I got for the cupboard. I purchased this. It says it's a 4-tier heavy duty plastic rack shelving, and I thought this would be perfect to go inside the cupboard. So my plan is to put this in there first, and then on top of this can be the 5-tier shoe rack. On the sides I can have things like the dustpan and brush, the mop, that sort of stuff can just sit on the side there. But generally like all that stuff that you saw in the cupboard of doom should be able to theoretically fit inside the shelf on the shelving unit. It's not going to look very nice, but it's not about aesthetics at this point, it's about functionality. The whole cupboard situation was really stressing me out because I was like, it's such a waste of space and I'm just like shoving stuff in here which really doesn't have another home. And that's the biggest thing about organisation. Having an organised place is like everything needs to have its own home, otherwise it's not going to stay organised, you know. So that's my plan for today, is to get the cupboard of doom organised. And so it's no longer the cupboard of doom, it's the organised storage cupboard of my dreams. I mean, not my dreams, but you know. I just want that organised, and that's one less thing to then think about. And basically, inshallah, Iqra's coming back tomorrow. He's like landing tomorrow in Heathrow, and then he'll be driving up, I think, potentially. And then we have our friend's Walima on Sunday, so I need to sort out the clothes for that as well. Figure out what I'm going to wear, what Iqra's going to wear. There's a lot to do. Like I said, I've got a lot of editing to do and be getting on with as well, because in a week's time, inshallah, we're going to be going back down south. So as much of the like, I mean, I can edit in the car and stuff, but it's just not ideal. I just thought I'd do a little bit of a check-in. I will be back in, I don't know how long it's going to take. Let's see. It's now 6:52. So I'll let you know how long it takes to build both those things. Guys, I'm watching the Drake and Bobby interview as I'm doing this. But anyway, it's 7:10 now. Well, 7:09. And the first bit is done. And it's actually not as ugly as I thought. It's actually pretty decent. And fairly sturdy too. I mean, obviously it is. These parts are metal and then this is plastic. But yeah, really easy to make. So that part is going to go inside the cupboard, and then I'm going to make the other bit for inside the wardrobe. I think that should comfortably be able to fit at least 10 pairs of shoes, which is perfect. I'm so glad I got, well, I'm so glad that I got this one in the 4-tier. So I was going to pick up the 5-tier one, but actually the 4-tier one is very tall. Look at this. I'm basically 5'7", and this is like pretty considerably tall. So I don't know now if my shoe rack on top of this situation is gonna work. The actual shelves have got a considerable amount of space there between them, so I can stack up things easily. And it does seem sturdy. Sturdy as it could be if I built it anyway. Just filmed a little before on my phone. I'm gonna put this on Instagram too. It's actually looking crazy. So now I need to empty this whole cupboard out. Oh, but it's 7:40, so that's how long it took me to build those two things. I need to empty this out and then get to organising. Okay, that is the cupboard pretty much completely empty. So I'm going to move the shelf in now. Guys, look how much stuff has come out of the cupboard. So even though, like I was saying, it's a cupboard of doom, it's held a lot of stuff. And now that stuff will be organised. Guys, look. It just fits. Dum, dum, dum. To be honest, I'm thinking like, did I need the handles? It's looking a little bit wonky, I cannot lie. If Iqra was here, he'd like just be able to push it in a little bit more to secure the whole thing, but let's see how it does. I did have a thought to like put the shoe thing there, but it just wouldn't work. What would be the point? You'd have to keep moving this thing, this doesn't have stuff in it, and then where am I going to put my brooms and stuff like that? So yeah, so far though, better than what it was before.
Tackle the cupboard of doom with me.